Dr. M. P. Jayaraman is an assistant professor in mathematics in L.N. Government College, Poneri. He has specialized on geometric function theory. With 14 years of teaching experience, he has handled topics on probability and queuing theory, discrete mathematics, random process, and engineering mathematics. Being a recognized supervisor for guiding PhD and MS students of Anna University, he is the reviewer of the journal Computer Mathematics and Applications. He has also written books on discrete mathematics and has also published papers in 28 international publications, in 4 national publications, and has presented papers in 2 international and in 2 national conferences.
Welcome you all for UGC lecture series in mathematical sciences. In today's session, we are going to discuss about sequencing problem. In sequencing problem, first we are going to define what we mean by sequencing problem. Next, we are going to discuss about a n-job 2 machines algorithm. Finally, with the help of n-job 2 machine algorithm, we are going to solve a problem. The first idea is, what is a sequencing problem? The problem of finding an appropriate order or sequence for a series of jobs to be done on a finite number of service facilities in some pre-assigned order so as to minimize the total time taken for finishing all the jobs. So, a sequencing problem is finding an appropriate order so that all the jobs should be done in such a way that the cost or time should be minimum. For example, consider the problem of a publisher. The publisher has to publish a book, then he should undergo 2 operations, namely printing and binding. Suppose to print book is his job, then that job should be undergone by 2 operations, printing and publishing. This printing and publishing are called 2 machines. So, here job is publishing a book and machines are printing machine and machine 2 is publishing machines. Then the publisher know processing time of each machines, that means processing time of each book on machine 1 and machine 2. Then the publisher should know the order in which this book should be published, in the sense that first he has to print the book, then he has to publish the book. The order is printing first, then binding next. So, the problem of publisher is to find a optimal sequence to publish a book in such a way that the total time or total cost is minimum. Such a problem is called sequencing problem. So, a sequencing problem is problem of finding the appropriate order for a series of jobs to be done on a finite number of service facilities in some pre-assigned order so as to minimize the total time taken for all the jobs to be finished. To deal with sequencing problem, we should assume the basic assumption. So, the assumption in solving a sequencing problem is as follows. The first assumption is only one operation is carried out on a machine at a time. In a machine at a time, only one operation is carried out. The second assumption is processing times are known and do not change. So, processing time for each job should be known and that processing time should not change. The third assumption is each operation once started must be completed. So, each operation once started must be completed is our third assumption, and our fourth assumption is only one machine of each type is available. So, for each type only one machine is available, and our fifth assumption is processing time are independent of the order of processing jobs. So, processing time and the order of processing job are independent to each other. The next assumption is an operation must be completed before its succeeding operation can start. The next assumption is the time involved in moving jobs from one machine to another is negligible. So, our seventh assumption is the time involved in moving jobs from one machine to another machine, that time should be negligible. and the final assumption is a job is processed as soon as possible, but only in the order specified. So, a job should be processed in the specified order. So, these are the assumptions required to solve a sequencing problem. Now, we will discuss about certain basic terminology and notation in sequencing problem. The first one is what we mean by number of machines. The service facilities through which a job must process before it is completed is called number of machines. For example, consider the problem of publishers. There our job is to print the books. So, here book is called our job, and each book to be published must go through the two process, one is for printing, another one is binding. So, here printing and bindings are called machines. So, for printing we will take it as machine 1, for binding machine 2. So, number of machine is the service facilities through which a job must pass before it is completed. Here, in order to publish a book, that process should go through the process of printing and binding. So, here the machines printing and binding are called machines. Next terminology is processing order. The order in which various machines are required for completing the job is called processing order. In order to publish a book, here the order should be M1, M2. So, the process order is M1, M2, which means printing first, binding next. This is called processing order. The order in which the various machines are required for completing the job is called processing order. The next idea is processing time. What we mean by processing time is the time each job requires at each machine is called processing times. So, the time process for each job on each machine is called processing time. In general, processing time is denoted by Mij, where I varies from 1 to n and j varies from 1 to m. So, Mij means the processing time for ith job on jth machines. So, Mij is the processing time the job I require at the machine j. So, Mij is the processing time of job I on jth machine. The next concept is total elapsed time. The time in between starting the first job and completing the last one is called total elapsed time. So, the total elapsed time is time in between the starting the first job and completing the last job. Next concept is idle time. The time a machine remains idle during a total elapsed time is called idle time. The time the machine remains idle in a total elapsed time is called idle time. The final terminology is no passing rules. No passing rule means no passing is allowed. What we mean is the specifying order is M1, M2. In order to do the job first must passes through M1, then M2. No such passing is allowed is called passing rules, no passing rules. So, with this basic terminology and the notation, now we will discuss about algorithm for n jobs and 2 machines, where n varies from 1 to n. So, the algorithm for n jobs and 2 machine is as follows. The step 1 is examine Mi1 and Mi2 for I equal to 1 to n and find out the minimum of Mi1 and Mi2. So, Mi1 is the processing time for ith job on machine 1 and Mi2 is processing time for ith job on machine 2. So, examine Mi1 and Mi2 and find out the minimum among these two. So, the step 1 is find out the minimum of processing time of ith job on machine 1 and processing time of ith job on machine 2, where I varies from 1 to n. The next step is if this minimum be Mk1, among these two minimum is Mk1, for some I equal to k, then we should do the kth job first. So, among this minimum is among these two, the minimum is mk1 for some I equal to k, then we have to process the kth job first. Suppose if this minimum is mr2 for some I equal to r, then we have to process the rth job last. So, among this minimum, if minimum is mk1 for some k equal to I, we have to process the kth job first. And suppose minimum is mr2 for some I equal to r, then we have to process this rth job last. So, step is, if this minimum be mk1 for some k equal to I, then process the kth job first. If this minimum is mr2 for some I equal to r, then process the rth job last. The next step is, if there is a tie for minima of mk1 equal to mr2. So, if there is a tie in minimum of mk1 and mr2, then we have to process the kth job first and rth one in the last. So, if there is a tie between mk1 and mr2, in such a case we have to process kth job first and rth job last. The next one is, if there is a tie for the minimum occurs among the mi ones. Suppose there is a tie for m11 and m31. Suppose m11 and m31 are equal, that means processing time of job 1 on machine 1 and processing time of job 3 on machine 1 both are equal. In such a case, we have to select a job corresponding to the minimum of mi2s and process it first. So, if there is a tie among mi1s, then in such a case we have to select the job corresponding to the minimum of mi2s and process it first. The next case is, if there is a tie in minimum occurs among mi2s, then in such a case select your job corresponding to the minimum of mi1s and process it last. So, in step 3, if there is a tie in mk1 and mr2, then process kth job first and rth job next. The next step is, if there is a tie in mi1, in such a case choose a job corresponding to the minimum of mr2 and do that job first. In the next step, if there is a tie in mi2s, then in such a case select the job corresponding to the minimum of mi1 and do that job last. And our final step in this algorithm is, cancel the job already assigned and repeat step 1, 2, 3, placing the job next to first or next to last until all the jobs have been assigned. So, once we assign the order, cancel the job and repeat the step 1, 2, 3 until all the jobs are assigned. Let us have a break. Welcome back. Before break, we introduced the definition of sequencing problem and algorithm for a n job 2 machines problem. Now, with the help of this algorithm, we try to solve a problem. There are 5 jobs, each of which is to be processed through 2 machines m1 and m2 in the order m1, m2. Processing hours are as follows: job 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and for machine 1 processing times are 3 for job 1, 8 for job 2, 5 for job 3, 7 for job 4 and 4 for job 5. In the same way, the processing time for each job under the machine m2 is given as 4, 10, 6, 5 and 8. Determine the optimum sequence for 5 jobs and minimum total elapsed time for the given problem. Find also the idle time of a machine m1 and m2. So, in a given problem we have 5 jobs, it is a 5 jobs problem. So, n value equal to 1 to 5, we have 5 jobs, each of which is to be processed through two machines M1 and M2. We have two machines M1 and M2. So, it is a 5 jobs 2 machines problem, and the processing order is given as M1 M2, which means first the job should be processed through machine M1, then that job should be processed through the machine 2. So, there are 5 jobs and 2 machines. The processing order is M1 M2. Each job should be processed by machine 1 first, next by machine 2, and processing hours for each job on each machine is given below. Now, our aim is to find the optimum sequence for this 5 jobs, so that the total elapsed time is minimum. Next, we also should find the idle time of machine 1 and machine 2. So, it is a 5 job 2 machines problem. First, I list out the 5 jobs. We have 5 jobs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the processing time for job 1 under machine 1 is 3, and processing time for job 2 under machine is 8. Similarly, the processing time under machine 2 for job 1 is 4. Likewise, we have 5 jobs, processing time for machine 1, processing time for machine 2. Now, in the n jobs 2 machines algorithm, our first step is we have to find the minimum of Mi1 and Mi2. Here I varies from 1 to 5. So, among all processing time, here the smallest, the minimum is 3. So, among all processing time, the smallest is 3. So, first we have to cancel the job 1. So, first we have to cancel the job 1. So, in the optimal sequence, my first sequence will be I have to select the job 1. After cancel the job 1, in the remaining 4 job, the next smallest is 4. Since I cancel the job 1, in the remaining 4 job, the next smallest is 4. So, after selecting the first job, next I have to select the job 5. So, the order of cancellation is 2 for job 5. So, the next optimal sequence is after selecting 1, next job I have to choose is 5. So, I should cancel the job 5. In the remaining 3 jobs, job 2, job 3, job 4, the minimum is 5, but 5 occurs in 2 places, one for corresponding job 3 under the machine 1, and another one is corresponds to job 4 under the machine 2. So, after selecting the first job and fifth job, in order to select the next job, I will go for the smallest. Here the smallest is 5, but 5 occurs in 2 places. So, there is a tie in selecting 5. So, 1 5 occurs for job 3 under the machine 1, and another one is for job 4 under the machine 2. So, there is a tie between M31 and M42. In such a case, we have to go for the corresponding value in the another machine. For this 5, the corresponding processing time under machine 2 is 6, and for this 5, the corresponding processing time under machine is 7. Among this 6 and 7, the minimum is 6. Therefore, next I have to choose this 5 first, corresponds to job 3. So, next optimal sequence is 3. So, first I have to choose job 3. Next, since this 5 occurs for machine 2, I have to choose job 4 in the last. Here there is a tie in selecting 5. This 5 corresponds to job 3 and for machine 1, and this 5 corresponds to job 4 and machine 2. So, among these two, we have to select this 5 first, since the corresponding processing time is 6, which is smaller than the processing time 7 corresponds to this 5. Therefore, we have to select job 3 first and job 4 in the last. So, the order of cancellation is for job 3 and for job 4, 4. So, next smallest after 5 is 8, which corresponds to job 2. Therefore, the order of cancellation is 5. Next, we have to select the job 2. So, the optimal sequence for the given problem is, first we have to select the job 1, next we have to select job 5, next we have to select job 3, then 2 and finally 4. The optimum sequence for the given problem is 1, 5, 3, 2, 4. Next, we have to calculate the total minimum elapsed time. So, now the optimal sequence for the given problem is select job 1 first, next 5, next 3 and 2 and 4. Now, for each job the processing time is given here. For each job for job 1 under machine 1 the processing time is 3 and machine 2 the processing time is 4. With the help of this optimal sequence by the given processing time, now we try to calculate the elapsed time. So, this is our optimal sequence. Now, for machine 1 we find the time in and time out. Similarly, for machine 2 we find the in time and out time. First job 1 be taken. So, the in time is 0. Now, for job 1 under machine 1 the processing time is 3. So, in time is 0, the processing time is 3. Therefore, for machine 1 the time out is 3. Now, for machine 2, since the order of the process is M1, M2, first each job should be processed through machine 1, next machine 2. So, for in time of machine 2 is the ending time of machine 1 for job 1. Therefore, for machine 2 the time in is 3 and the processing time for machine 2 for job 1 is 4. So, the time out is 3 plus 4 7. Time in is 3 and process time is 4, 3 plus 4 7. Now, next for the job 5 the starting time is 3, which is the time out of job 1. Now, for job 5 under machine 1 the processing time is 4. Therefore, time out is 3 plus 4 7. Now, for machine 2 the starting time for job 5 is 7, which is the ending time for job 1. Now, for job 5 the processing time for machine 2 is 8. Therefore, 7 plus 8 15. Now, the next job we should perform is 3. For job 3 the starting time is the ending time of job 5, which is 7, and for job 3 under machine 1 the processing time is 5. Therefore, 7 plus 5 12. Now, for machine 2 for job 3 the starting time is 15. Machine 2 the processing time is 6. Therefore, the time out is 15 plus 6 21. The next job to be performed is 2. The starting time for job 2 under machine 1 is 12. Now, the processing time of job 2 under machine 1 is 8. Therefore, time out is 12 plus 8 20. Now, the starting time of job 2 under machine 1 is 21. For machine 2 the corresponds to job 2 the processing time is 10. Therefore, 21 plus 10 31. Finally, for job 4 the starting time is 20 and for job 4 the processing time under machine 1 is 7. Therefore, 20 plus 7 27 and for job 4 under machine 2 the starting time is 31 and for job 4 the processing time is 5 hours. Therefore, 31 plus 5 36. So, with the help of this optimal sequence and the processing hour for each machine corresponds to each job, we calculate total elapsed time. So, our machine starts at 0th hour and it will end at 36 hours. Therefore, total elapsed time, total minimal elapsed time, which is a time in between starting time of first job and ending time of the last job. So, the total elapsed time is 36 hours. Now, next we have to calculate the idle time of machine 1 and machine 2. First, machine 1 completes its job within 27 hours. If the job completed by machine 2, so the whole job completed in 36 hours. All the job completed by machine in 27 hours and that of machine 2 in 36 hours. Therefore, our idle time for machine 1 is 36 minus 27, which is 9 hours. Now, idle time for machine 2, that is M2, is M2 starts its work only after 3 hours. So, machine 1 started 0 and ended in 3 hours for job 1. So, machine 2 starts only in the 3rd hour. Therefore, idle time for machine 2 is 3 hours. So, for the given 5 jobs 2 machine problem, the total elapsed time is 36 hours and idle time for machine 1 is 9 hours and idle time for machine 2 is 3 hours. So, let me recap of the points. First idea is sequencing problem. A sequencing problem is finding an order for a series of jobs to be done in a finite number of service facilities in some pre-assigned order, so as to minimize the total time taken for finishing all the jobs. So, finding appropriate order for completing given series of jobs in a minimum number of time with the minimum cost, that finding that appropriate order, that sequence is called sequencing problem. In order to deal with sequencing problems, we need certain basic assumptions and definitions. The first assumption is the service facilities through which a job must passes before it is completed is called number of machines. The order in which various machines are required for completing the job is called processing order. The time each job requires at each machine is called processing times. The time between starting the first job and finishing the last job is called total elapsed time. During the total elapsed time, number of hours the machines remain idle is called idle times. The question is, we have 7 jobs, each of which is go through the machines M1, M2 in the order M1, M2. The processing time for each job under each machine is given below. Now, our problem is to find a sequence of jobs that will minimize the total elapsed time. Thank you.